Welcome to the Bizarre and the Unknown. I am your host, E.D. Testerman. I am an author and investigator. I am also a researcher into the unknown. Join me as we dive together into this bizarre and the unknown universe. Do you believe in UFOs and aliens, things that fly in the sky and in our oceans? Do you hear things that go thump at night, or do you just see things that you cannot explain? Do you believe in Shiai Tonka, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Booger, and so many more? Join me on my adventures as I investigate this stuff that's out there. Let's learn how to guard ourselves and protect the things out there that need our protection. I'm a United States Marine and a United States Army veteran. I love my country and have served it proudly. And I want to give a special thanks to all the veterans and first responders. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Campfire Chats with Eric and Guest. I almost lost track of time. I'm trying to set up these outdoor cameras to my iPads. When I go out investigation, I can have them. I've got, these outdoor cameras I got for when I'm doing investigations, and looked up and went, oh crap, I need to go live. Almost lost track of it. Dang things fight me tooth and nail and starting to aggravate the tar out of me. I was hoping to hook it up to my laptop, but for some reason I can't. It wasn't doing it, so I was like, I'll just hook it up to my iPad, and then I'll have all four cameras going on that iPad. So, how's everybody doing today? So, guys, if you guys missed it, we had a good show this morning with William on his channel, and then we did a current events on my Rumble. So it was kind of fun. We kind of discussed some good stuff on there. Tomorrow's show, I think I'm going to do it on investigations and equipment, and kind of show you some of the stuff I use, some of the new stuff I've got coming that I'm going to be starting to use. And I'm putting stuff together. I'm labeling stuff so I can keep, because I don't have them. I put them in the closet, but I've got solar panels, solar chargers for when I don't have access to power. So, I've got different stuff. I'm trying to get everything labeled, put together, and all that. I feel you, Roxanne. I lost track. I didn't get a chance to top off on my drink because I was sitting there going, no, I'm fighting this come on thing, work for me. And all of a sudden I was listening to the Roger with Mud Fossil University on the Sphinx, and I was listening to that in the background while I was doing everything else. So they kind of got away from me for a minute. But I don't know. Yeah, that's got a pretty decent. That's basically what I'm looking at. And what I'm going to end up doing is, and I thought I had my shows already set up earlier, and I was in there and I got thinking, I went, crap. So I hopped in here real quick and I went, oh man, I don't have the show set up. So I had to hurry up and set those up too. So, man, I'm doing like 5 different things at one time. But I'm going to be making some, deals that I can strap to trees and stuff like that, because this is all magnetic. And that way I can mount it to that there, and I can strap these up on trees. And I'm looking at these. I've got a tripod. Hey, Tim. I set up trails on trail cams in Walmart and captured the elusive blue hair character. So there's different things I'm going to be doing to help set these up. If everything works out right and I can get a pontoon this spring, I'm also going to be setting that up for when I do investigations too, so we can haul more people in and out safely. I want to be able to mount cameras up along it, so when I'm skirting shorelines, then I can capture stuff from that way too. So I'm wanting to set it up not just for fun and pleasure, but for investigation purposes as well. And so I'm kind of looking at things, toying around with things, seeing what I could redneck and use redneck and ingenuity and create what I need to make things work. So, I mean, money's scarce. I can't afford fancy stuff. So, man, I just got to redneck it. You know, which these little things here is what the max mounts to this here. This part comes out, and this mounts to that. So, if I can get this set up on like something where I can hook my straps to, then Bob's your uncle. I've got a way of securing this up in areas I don't have access to. And if I can figure out how to make it, I've got a tripod for my camcorder, and I was trying to figure out how I can use that to, if I can get me a couple, about 4 more tripods, then I can figure out how to work a mount up with it to mount those up on a tripod in places too. Yeah, I love my old John boat. I mean, I love that John boat. I can get that John boat in places I can't get other things. But if you're hauling a lot of people to an investigation or you got a lot of equipment, pontoon's probably the best way to go. And I've been sitting here from time to time thinking how I can redneck and invent a way to have a drop down ramp so it's easy access and on and off. People ain't got to get in the water or nothing. You can just drop the ramp down, get off, and then come back on. It's just a lot easier. So I can pull up close to the bank, drop that ramp down, and you can get on and off easy. So yeah, I've rednecked things before. I can do it again. Yeah, I'm just playing around with this stuff here, trying to get it set up so I can start using them on investigations. I thought this one here. I thought this style camera I can hook up directly to my laptop, and apparently I can't. I got to have an iPhone or a Droid. So I was like, well, I've got my iPad. I was like, I'll just hook it up to that then. So I've been playing around with stuff since I've been off, trying to get some things done, running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Can get a beater pontoon with a good motor. Yeah, I mean, it ain't like I can't fabricate what I need to make things work. I was a fabricator on 18-wheelers for years. I've literally tore down and rebuilt trailers on 18-wheelers as long as being a tractor trailer mechanic. So, I mean, I've got tools to fabricate. So fabricating ain't going to be hard. So, but I'm kind of looking into that type of stuff to kind of help bring more out on my investigations. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm so used to, how I live. Hey, Don, how's it going? I'm so used to living how I have for so many years that, you learn how to make things work when you don't have it. So as soon as I can get these hooked up to my iPad, then I'll probably run a test with it tonight. I'll have them set up throughout the yards tonight and see how everything works on that. Excuse me. Hey, Roger, how's it going? So I'll test it. I'll test them out tonight if I can ever get them linked up. But yeah, I've got a little label machine now that I can make labels. And then I got to start working on an inventory sheet. And I was going to work on that, but it took so long trying to set this up that I was like, man, I'll have to do that later. So when I get off the show tonight, when I'm listening to DAs, I'm going to be working on inventory sheets. I'm going to be working on this because I want to keep everything in line. And, each one of my solar chargers is going to be assigned to a camera. So, my cameras each has got a number, like that's number 2. Each one of these has got a number, and it's going to have its own solar charger that I can hook up to because it's all USB set up. So I can plug 1 to 2 things into each one of them little solar chargers. So I've been charging stuff up and trying to fix things today. And we'll go over quite a bit of that tomorrow. A lot of my investigative equipment, we'll go over that tomorrow. During tomorrow's show. So I'm kind of curious, has anybody had any encounters this last week they want to talk about on here? I can bring you on, or we can talk about it in chat. Either way, um, kind of curious who all's had any. I mean, you guys missed it on William's show last night. I had a shadowy figure right over here while we was live. And so, I mean, I had that going on last night. Weather's dropping. Woods are starting to feel more alive now. So, whatever was in the area, I think, is out. I'm still not seeing the life that I'm used to seeing, but it is starting to feel better out there. So, I'm hoping they'll come back so I can get out in them woods and get some meat in the freezer. No, I've heard of it, Roger, but I've never seen it. But I have heard about it. I've been camping around. I need to or kicking around. I need to try to figure out. Hey, Ozzy Sue, good to see you. Tried to figure out how to get me a camper. I really need a toy hauler so I can haul my bike and stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, man, I can't pull a camper, can't pull a motorcycle, and can't pull a boat all at the same time. And it's just me, myself, and I. So I'm like, I don't know. I've been trying to figure things out how to make it all work. But yeah, I mean, prices should start coming down on stuff here soon, so I can be able to afford to buy materials I need to fabricate whatever I got to fabricate. I need to get some stuff for my boat. I need to get some new lights for my boat, rerun the wiring, and then repaint it. I just ain't had the money to do it, so it's been a waiting project. I redid the seats. I'm probably gonna have to redo them because I forgot to seal them. I thought I did. I was down there checking it the other day, and they don't look like they're sealed. So I'm hoping that maybe I can pull them back out, sand them down, and reseal them. But instead of having to replace them, because I went with old oak boards, I went with oak 2x12s. Got rid of the junk ones that was in it, and went with oak 2x12s, which were a little thick, but I routed them down where they'd fit in the slot, so that wasn't a big issue for me. I mean, nothing little hand router won't work or won't fix, and that's just what I did. You know, work around it. No, adapt and overcome, man. That's all you can do is adapt and overcome. Got to charge my iPad up. Got it plugged in, charging right now too. But so I'm hoping to have some more stuff. I'll get what I can a little bit at a time. He'll be able to produce some better videos. Urso, how's it going? So I know Roxanne, you was talking about your old man came back and visited you the other day. Hey, Candy, how's it going? It's not going bad, man. I've been busier than a hiccup trying to get things set up. Don't get wood from South America. That won't float. I'm stubborn. I like my oak. I've got to redo my porch because of them daggone goats. So I was like, man, I'm going to go with oak. Dad used pine. I'm not a fan of pine when it comes to building constructions because pine is just it's a soft wood. It's not made for it. And that's a cheap way for contractors to build homes. And that's why homes don't last like you used to. I want to go back to oak. Oops, I just missed one here. We're oak 2x12s, not Lowe's. The last time I priced an oak 2x12, it was like dang near $50, I think it was. I can't remember. It was god awful high. I was like, yeah, I'm going to wait till prices go down. Yeah. What's it been doing? Just his typical walking around, or has he just been kind of watching you? Kind of curious about that. If you guys want to come on and talk about your counters, let me know. I'll send you a link. I had to unplug that camera, even though I was going to try to work on it while I was live, but it keeps making beeping noises. So I was like, I'll just kind of unplug it for now. I need to get this office finished set up too to make things easier to get to. I need to move my desk. I need to find a way to get it put in a place where I get a little bit more room. So that's out of that, man. There ain't been much going on here. I haven't had the gas get down there to do that one, get back on that. Whew. I'm sorry, guys. Get down there back on that werewolf and dogman encounter because that's about an hour and 20 minutes from me. So that's a little bit of a drive. Like he's protecting me from something, don't know what yet, but something is hanging around he don't like. Interesting. Have you told the entity, the negative entity, that it needs to leave? I mean, that's gotta. Hey, Kevin, how's it going? It's kind of one of the things you need to do. Get you some sea salt and get that out there. Some wrought iron, if you can get your hands on that, that'll help you. Man, I need to shave. I haven't shaved in a couple of weeks. It's starting to show. But I need to get some money saved up too because I want to go to Australia. Being a dear friend of ours is no longer with us, I've got to get set up with someone else. But I want to get some Yowie and Dogman investigations done out there in Australia. I started to buy a pool type camper, but bought a 12 by 28 utility shed instead. I fixed the inside up pretty nice. I made a 10 by 12 living space in one end and the other area. That's what I've actually, Roger, I've been kicking that around. I really have been doing something like that. Get me a box utility trailer and converting it. I've really been kicking that around. I tell them all the time to let me in the name. They won't back off. Ooh, okay. Huh. Yeah, no kidding. Or keep the stock of batteries that I got. I just got a bunch of new batteries in. I thought I bought them Energizer ones, and they didn't. I don't remember what they're called, so I hope they work just as good. And they won't back off when you're doing that. My gosh. That is kind of disturbing. Yeah. I need to get it. Hey, Smurfy. Hey, Firewater. I believe it was you. I just got your book sent out Friday. Well, yeah. My primary bloodline is Norse, but man, my Native American, when it comes to growing hair, it's hard for me to grow hair. This is, like I said, this is 2 weeks no shave right here. If you need batteries, I'll just raid the wife's underwear drawer. Yeah, I just bought because I buy mine in bulk. I go through so many AA batteries because of stuff around here around the house. Man, I go through AA's. So I usually buy AA's in bulk. And I could have swore I got the Energizer lithiums. That's the one I use a lot because they seem to last a lot longer. But man, they sent me something different. No, I said they will back off you bifocals missed. Probably. These damn bifocals, I still have not got it. Sometimes makes me feel like I'm drunk. I mean, I'll be looking around, all of a sudden things go roo, roo, roo. I'm like, what the hell? You should have seen me the first day I was doing sign installs at work and into my bike, and I'm down in a deep ditch. I'm walking up and down this deep ditch trying to get everything set up for an install. My dang glasses are making me do this. I about fell a couple times. It was funnier than all get out, man. I was like, God, this is going to make me sicker than a dog here before too long. I'm glad they back off. I must have misread that. Daggone, I need to scroll up here. Yeah, I did. By golly, George, I did misread that. I apologize, Roxanne. I'm supposed to see better like this, but it blurs everything. It's kind of aggravating. I need to get a hold of that doctor. Say what there's something's wrong with these. I thought you said you that you'd buy underwear in bulk because I guess my teeth are upside down. Down in the hole. Yeah, down in the hole, man. Allison Change. Yeah. Yeah. It's weird though, because seriously, I'm supposed to read this clear by doing this, and it's blurry as hell. It's aggravating. I'm not. I mean, I don't like the fact that I got to wear bifocals anyways, but at least if I got to wear them, let the daggone things work. So that's why you see me kind of doing this quite often. It's because I'm trying to. If I go like this, it's blurry here and clear up here, so I'm trying to go do that so I can read it. But yeah, trying to. I need to get out. I still haven't heard from that historical society yet about the investigation of the Springfield Commercial Club building and possibly a couple others. Wow, I haven't heard of those. These here are the they don't have a hoo-ha line in them, which I like that aspect of it, but it don't feel like the prescription's right. You just have to get used to them and take a little while since you never had any before. Oh, I know, man, it sucks though. There once was a fire in the hole. Hey, we had a fire in the hole ride at Civil War City. That was one of my favorite ones. Fire in the hole. I often patch my right eye, otherwise my left eye vision will degrade. Already had 2 laser treatments on it, but that doesn't fix the neural pass. I would like to have LASIK surgery. I really would. My right eye finally stopped degrading. Now my left one is. So I mean, my right one's still a little worse than my left, but it slowed down. Now my right one's catching up. No line means that it is a transitional bifocal. I think that's what they call it. I can't remember. I'm not used to it. My brain doesn't want to use my left eye. Oh man. Fire in the mountain, run boys run. Devil's in the house of the rising sun. Chicken and bread bat picking that dough. Granny ain't want your dog back, no child, no. Heck yeah, man, I'm sorry. I hear that fire in the mountain, all of a sudden I start thinking the devil went down to Georgia. Devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind. He was way behind. He was willing to make a deal. He came across a young man sawing on a fiddle and playing it hot. Devil jumped up on hickory steps and said, boy, let me tell you what. Well, yeah, I know. I'm just being stubborn and hard headed. It's just it really is because it's blurry. And I was thinking this distance here shouldn't be blurry, but it is. And if I do that, I can read and see everything just fine. Someone asks you, are those bifocals? You respond, hey, I don't swing that way. I don't want to keep my day job, man. I want to get paid more. uh, Yeah, I mean, I've kind of my mom had the line one. Some of my family did too. most of the people I hear say this style is the best one. Even the doc said it was. I mean, I've heard the other thing too. I really think it's just a person's, preference. I saw the Charlie Daniel Band in concert back in 1990. Great show. Oh, that would have been a good one. That boy can solo on the fiddle too, man. I like Charlie Daniels. I like Charlie Daniels a lot. Yeah, he's definitely a good one. Show you how spoiled he is. He's got a pillow sitting right behind me so he can lay on the pillow. He doesn't have to lay on the cold, hard floor. Once you get transitional bifocals, you will not be able to go back to line bifocals because you realize how much the third field of vision helps. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Military paid for mine because I got to get them through the VA. But I mean, I'm not sure how much they cost. I don't remember last time I paid for a pair of glasses. But the deterioration has slowed down so much. I don't have to do it every year now. I just go once every 2 years now for my glasses. Rather than the glasses with a line, put your glasses on and then do a line. If I don't see better, I'll feel better. That's for daggone sure. Oh, of course, you can't get the good stuff here in the U.S. Oh, man. I'm waiting for Kyle's deal to pop up. I can see it over here on my screen, but I can't see it over on my deal where I can pop it up. For some reason, it pops up quick on this side. It takes forever on this side. Hey, Kyle. uh, Something, I don't know. When we did the eye deal, everything looked great, but for some reason, these don't. Look into the the zebrafish. There's a enzyme that zebrafish regenerates their count rods. Oh, I have to look into that. Daggone, $600 for a pair of glasses? That's outrageous. God, I can't believe they cost that much just to have some kind of, health. Yeah, man, that's cool info. I definitely need to look into something like that. I think my daughter left Bucky outside. No worries, Kyle. I mean, it'll be in there. You can go in and see it at any time. No worries. It wasn't a bad one. I need to do more of them. I really do. I can't. You'll rarely ever find me in a Walmart. Um, I knew Sam Walton personally. Knew him. He was a very dear friend. Um, and what his kids have done with that business, I don't go in there. I have about 10 pair of glasses, and I hate wearing the smaller lenses after having bigger field of vision. I like these small ones. I'll forget they're on my face, but well, I used to. Now it catches me off guard, but I forget they're on my face most of the time. And I bought Dollar Tree glasses before. I haven't done none of that stuff. I I have to buy my own personal glasses if I want automatic tint to them, and I save that. I have vision insurance through work, but I use that to get my contacts. I just ain't had money to get. I mean, it just got off a high even for contacts right now. That's why I haven't had them in over a year because I've been waiting for to have money to be able to buy them. It cost me about $400 or $500 for a year's supplies of contacts. Gosh, so damn expensive. I love wearing my contacts though. Zenny and I buy direct, and my favorite go to. Hmm. They're cheaper in the cheap section. Had them for 8 years and just get new lenses for them. We can't go wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm a 90% disabled vet. So I mean, these are covered through that. But my contacts, they don't do contacts. Hey Griff, no worries, bud. They don't do contacts, so I have to pay for them out of pocket. So my vision insurance through work is what I use to get my contacts, and I need to get my button gear and get down there to getting some. I'm just don't have the extra cash now. So one of these days I will. But I do miss wearing my contacts. I'm waiting for you guys. There it pops up. Yeah, yeah. They cover my glasses. They won't do LASIK surgery and they won't do contacts. Paid $1,500 for laser per eye. It's worth it not only for the vision improvement but image, how much you can save on long term. Yeah, I know. I think when I last looked into it was about 6 years ago. It was going to cost me around $5,000. I don't know what it is now. I mean, that was like 5 years ago. It was going to cost me $5,000 to have LASIK surgery. I can't remember how much my vision insurance will cover on that. But if I can get the extra cash, I would love to get LASIK done. Oh, that sucks. I love wearing mine. I do. I got to. I love it. It's so much better. Well, it depends. During allergy season, it sucks. When I need a touch up on my left eye, they charged me only $500, included all the consultation exams. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. No worries, Griff. You're all good, buddy. $1,500 an eye for me in 2013. Wow. Yeah, I checked on it about 5, 6 years ago, and it was going to cost me 5 G's to get mine done. Hey Ryan, how's it going, bro? You want to come on and talk about some of your encounters, buddy? I'll see you can come on anytime. It's good seeing you in here. I missed your show the other day. I've got to go back and watch that. You had a show, I think it was yesterday. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I need to get my butt in there and watch that bad boy. My eyes can't be corrected by surgery. Eric, you missed a. I am nearsighted. Yeah, I'm nearsighted. I can never stay in contacts because I had granulated eyelids, aggravated by my. Oh, that sucks. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm nearsighted, so I can take these off, and I mean this is all blurry. My computer screen's blurry, and I can get here. It's still blurry, but I can make it out. It's just been getting worse through the years. Heck yeah, man! I may be filming a segment for a documentary with a local. That dude, that's awesome. Let me know when you get that done, man. I'll even save that on my playlist so people can even come on here and look your documentary up on my playlist. Heck yeah, dude! I had fun doing byways of Bigfoot. I did. It was hard for me to get around because gas prices were so much, but I had fun doing it. I've been kicking around trying to figure out how to do them, and I thought about doing my own here lately too. They have a free healthcare fair once a year here where I live, and they set up the local high schools and provide medical, dental, and eye exams. I went and had my eyes checked and got free glasses made. Heck yeah, Roger. The hell? That was a damn door that closed outside. Wow. Hey, Uncaged, how's it going? Sorry, I just heard the door close outside. Oh yeah. I said I wasn't sure how that worked. I wasn't sure. Oh, the girls are outside. I heard the voice. Okay. That makes sense now. But yeah, man, let me know how that goes, Ryan. I definitely want to see that. That'd be so cool. I need to learn how to make my own. I guess I need to start taking some video, filming classes or something. No, I didn't. I've never brought, not since I've learned how not to. Now, in my past experiences, I have accidentally done that. But since I learned what you got to do, I've not brought anything home. In my defense, that was a weird sound that came out of nowhere. And then you had that little dude, shadowy guy, messing with me right here. I mean, a lot of stuff led up to that one, Griff. Dude, you can't be right in front of my face. So, but yeah, I need to learn how to film. Okay, if you can't stop, you're going to get down. Now you know the rules. You're not obeying by the rules. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Send him on a mission. He heard the girls coming in. He's like, oh, oh, here he comes. Did you get him? Go get him. Go get him, Snow. Go get him, Snow.
We're going.
I'm alive.
We're going to sleep in the living room.
Okay.
We're going to close this door.
Okay, sounds good, baby girl. You want to, hey, you want to leave Jake in here, or you want to take him with you?
Come on.
I don't mind. I was just wondering what you want to do. Sorry, my daughter came in. I'd bring stuff home in my 20s, but made sure we're gone by morning. Yeah, I made that mistake in the past. That was one of the things in the past that I've made a mistake of. Hey, it jumped on me. I was being nice. He was ready to go after whatever was coming in the door. He was getting excited because Jessica was coming in, so I sent him to go. I am using StreamYard. That's the platform I'm using. Did you hear anything else about the fire at the mansion there? No, I didn't. I've not had a chance to look that up. I was busy with looking up the stuff for the Rumble that I didn't get a chance to look that up yet. Yeah, I had to catch myself for a while on that one there, Uncaged. I'm so used to calling you Uncut, and I was doing it for so long. But yeah, I use StreamYard. I've had a couple of those too, Griff. Yeah. Well, on my Rumble show I did earlier, I was looking at videos pertaining to that subject, so I need to look that up because that falls. I mean, we talked a little bit about it on Rumble, and it falls in line with some stuff. Like I said, this is stuff I can only talk about on Rumble. So if you want to, you can go back and listen to that, and I kind of cover a little bit of that and what's happened in the past and what was tied to that deal there. They've not said much about the fire. I tried to look for more info on. Oh, that's good to know. I'm not popping that one up on the screen, Murphy, but that's a good one. But yeah, if I could figure out how to film things better, so I'm a one-man show. I don't have help, and I think that's a lot of my problem when I'm trying to do investigations. I'm doing a lot of times I'm doing the stuff by myself. I don't have people that can come with me and run cameras and run this. So I'm trying to set things up for this and set things up for that and do this all by myself. And then usually when somebody is with me, they have their stuff. So it ain't like, hey, can you run this for me? If I had the money, I would have some people to, but I just don't have the money to pay somebody because that's people want money, and I can't blame them for wanting money to do that type of stuff. Uh, but so I've kicked around. If I can get enough people in the surrounding area that I know um, believes the same way I am, as far as just respect with these things, and tries to investigate similarly to how I do. I would be nice to have a cameraman. It'd be nice to have a tech guy. But I just don't want to pull somebody off the street and start doing it because, when I, even with paranormal, I'm not going in there. I'm not trying to provoke them. Provoking for me on paranormal investigations is extreme last resort. I do not like that. And I get plenty, if you guys have watched any of the videos I've released, I get plenty of stuff that happens without provoking. Remember, people, when you bring things home casually, you create soul ties. Yeah, you have to be careful. I mean, you really do. Yeah, you really have to be careful on that. And when I was younger, I wasn't, because, like I said, I'd never had anybody teach me how to do this stuff. Everything on my investigations, I've learned by doing myself. And my camera is not focusing for some reason. What the hell is going on with my camera? There we go. Um, so, I mean, I would love to have a crew to go with. And I'm starting to learn that it's not ideal to do this stuff by myself. And even though that's what I've done these investigations by myself for years. I'm starting to realize it's not a good idea. So I'm a little bit more reserved and held back when I'm doing this type of stuff. You have to be, honestly. That's very, very important for me. And it don't matter if that's cryptid, supernatural, paranormal. Um, it's very, very, very important. This is my thinking. It's very, very important to be respectful. I mean, and I don't know who. I know Roxanne's seen my videos I've released on my investigations. The evidence speaks for itself. When a man would pick me up for a date, they never called again, thinking it might be the sort of difference between knives and walls. you know, um, yeah, I'm a very strickler. I'm very strickler on that. Hell yeah, Griff. Hell yeah. You know, it's a thing. I've done one investigation with DA. I mean, DA's means got some other stuff in the works. We just haven't been able to work up logistics right yet. But we got some other stuff in the works we're going to do together. DA was the first person I've ever went on a investigation with, that I wasn't by myself. I actually had somebody with me. Was there some learning stuff from that? Absolutely, there was some learning stuff from that. But I love the fact that there was somebody else there, because I've had situations that I don't know how I got out of it, but I got out of it. And I've always lived by that theory. You can only flirt with the devil so many times before the devil comes back and bites you in the ass. I flirted with the devil enough. I don't need to bite me in the ass right now. Yeah. Hey, man. I keep this stuff close by. I've got that stuff too. Why is it doing that? That gun thing. Um, hey, Tracy. How's it going? How's Jake doing? Is Jake doing any better? You might want to put some tobacco on that tooth to try to pull out some of that infection. I meant to tell William that earlier, and I forgot. I got sidetracked with this. Like if I get an infected tooth, I'll soak some tobacco and some whiskey, and I'll put that on there, and it helps pull that infection out. Yeah, that's the facts, Murphy. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's a learning curve. I mean, this is all. I'm always, my great grandpa had a saying that I love so much. He goes, "Boy, you're always going to learn something every single day of your life until the day you die." And he goes, "Even then, boy, you learn something new." And that's always stuck with me. Respectful is respect to yourself from the start. Thought not everything is worthy of respect. Remember saying about throwing pearls to swine. Yeah, that's putting tobacco on my lung. I'm putting tobacco on my teeth right now. But yeah, so it'd be nice. I wish I had a camera guy and a tech guy. I mean, that would be cool. I wish I had somebody that knew how to run the social media side of it better than I do. But I mean, I'm doing everything myself. I got him comfortable. Apparently, oregano, water, turmeric, and Colloidal silver can help. That'd be cool. Yeah, I've always used whiskey and tobacco. So I mean that sounds great. Yeah, let me know how that. You guys keep me updated on that. Very first lesson I taught my girls and made sure it got stuck with them. Do stupid things. Stupid things going to happen to you. Yeah, as stupid is, as stupid does. I mean, yeah, Smurfy, you're right. I mean, yeah, I'm a hard headed redneck, man. I'm just a hard headed hillbilly from the mountains, the hills of Missouri. I'm stubborn. I'm an old Marine ground NCO. I'm a stubborn, hard headed SOB. Sometimes it takes me a few times before I learn. Good. Okay. Outstanding. Poor little dude. It sucks, but he may end up having to pull the tooth, and I hate hearing that. I mean, nice if it just pop out on its own. Came close. I'm not going to deny. I have came close, but no, I have not yet. I can tell you now, they will make your fingers and hands go numb for a little bit, and then when the numbness wears off and the pain comes in, yeah, that's you'll definitely won't forget that. I did that when I was probably 6, 7 years old once. Whew, man. Eric, and I think it doesn't mean one should be disrespectful if it's about something unworthy of respect. Only doing what's right to the best that you can, and that's the thing, man. That's all you can do. I'll show anybody respect until they give me a reason not to. That must be why I like you, Eric. I'm hard headed too. I am. I'm a stubborn old hard headed coot. I ain't afraid to admit. And see, the thing is people take my personality wrong sometimes, and they think I'm an asshole. And it's not being one. It's just I'm very direct, and people don't know how to handle somebody that's direct. I'm very blunt. I'm very direct. I've hurt people's feelers, and I'm just like, that's your problem, man. If you got your feelers hurt over something like that, that's on you. I mean, ain't nothing I can do for you. One year they banned fireworks where I live. Oh, that sucks. So I went to the hobby store and bought model rockets and engines and electric detonators. Ta-da! And mortars. That's awesome. Hell yeah. That's some redneck ingenuity right there. Yeah, I am that. I am that.
Mom, can you buy us tortilla chips and a lime?
Possibly. I've not got a whole lot of money, so I can't be just throwing money out there everywhere I go.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. And hey, not so perfect. And I don't, man, I try to tell people, it's like, man, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not trying to be an a-hole. I'm very blunt. I'm very direct, you know. And if people take it wrong, I'm not responsible for your feelers. You're responsible for your feelers. I can't. If you want to be butthurt over it, I mean, sorry but not sorry. That's your choice. I'm not trying to be. Yeah, and I'll tell you. And like I've had people's like, hey, what's your opinion on this? I'll be honest. I'm like, I don't think you want to know, dude, because you're not going to like my answer. And if they push me, I was like, I'm not responsible. And I'll tell them. And then they get upset. It's like, dude, I sat here and told you that you wouldn't like my response. I gave you a warning. Life's too short to waste your time sugarcoating everything. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just how it is. I mean, I'll give anybody the shirt off my back, and I'll freeze my ass off to do it, unless they piss me off to the point that they don't deserve it. I tell people I'm not an a-hole. You're just the more sensitive the people are, the closer you're you're to the nearest. Yeah, yeah. My wife says I'm the nicest hell she ever met. Heck yeah, Tim. I like it. I love to laugh. I love to have a good time. When I'm serious, I'm serious though. And if you push the bounds, you'll start noticing it. But you know, it is what it is. Even if something is deserving of disrespect, to me, involvement with disrespect is something I don't want to the second time or more of than what's appropriate. Yeah, I mean, I try to give everybody a chance, man, and I will. I'll be like, hey, and sometimes people take me wrong right off the bat, and it's like, I was like, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry you took it that way, because people have a hard time understanding. Just how I am, and it's not me. It's just me. I'm just me talking. It's just I'm an old Marine grunt NCO, and we talk a certain way, and the people who ain't used to that can take that talk wrong, and it's I have to explain. Oh, hey, dude, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it this way, but no worries, bro. I mean, yeah, that's you're yeah, it's absolutely right. That's your opinion. I can't fault you on that one bit, buddy. Yep, that's to me. I despise thieves. I can't stand a damn thief. To me, a thief is just as bad as a daggone pedo. I can't stand thieves. I've been told I'm blunt, and I tell them that is mild to what really. Yeah, I keep telling them, I was like, look, if I'm out to purposely hurt your feelers because you put me in that position, you're going to know about it, and trust me, you ain't been there yet. I mean, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Uh, we disagree with each other on here all the time, but I still love the hell out of every single one of you. I mean, I'm still going to be there. I'll still walk up and get a fire made for you if you need a fire to warm you. I'll still do it. People always misread when I just look at them, shake their head, and walk away. Let her rip, tater chip. Oh man. Yeah. If I'm deep in thought, man, you'll see it because I'm leaning like all my expressions is gone, and I'm not paying attention to things. And then people get mad. I'll be like, oh, sorry, man. I was right in the middle. I had something in my head I was trying to work out. Griff. I don't jump at a chance to dis. Oh, I don't either. If it's gone to that point already, then I want to separate. And I've been slowly learning that uncaged. I've been like there's used to be when I was a pup, I'll be right back at you. I mean, I was like a bull in a china shop, man. I just didn't care. And I've started learning now where I just got to shake my head and walk back. And sometimes the old me, whenever I'm not on my guard and watching my P's and Q's, it'll come out and I'll come at you. But I've had to learn the same thing in case it's sometimes it's just better just to walk away. But when I'm dealing with cryptids and paranormal, supernatural, that's a totally different thing. I mean, totally different thing. And I'll stand my ground. At the same time, though, there's times when you gotta know it's time to run. Like that day down in that creek bed when I was doing that base investigation for the werewolf/dog man. Whatever that was in there, I knew, I could feel it. It was wanting to take me, and you wouldn't see me again. That was just a feeling I got from what was going on there. And I knew it got tired of waiting on me to come, and it was getting ready to come after me. That's why I hurried up, grabbed my shit, and left. And going off of those feelings has kept my ass alive for this long. And I mean, both in combat and in life, it's kept my ass alive this long. I got to do it. Yeah, I mean that's I've ran into that quite often with me too. It's like I tell them, it's like, dude, I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to be unfriendly. I was racking something in my brain. I was deep in thought. I do. I could take social stuff in strides, but I like my solitude too. I mean, I'm just as comfortable here being at the house doing some work than I am being in public. Now I'll go out in public, but I can only take so much of it. And I've been like that ever since I've been in the military. Since I came out, I've been that way, where I can only take so much of dealing with a lot of people before I got to get back, because the negative energy I feel in people just keeps building up, and I felt it building up in me to the point that I was like, I've got to go away. So I come back to my comfort zone, my safe spot, and I recenter my soul and my mind and decompress and get that negativity out of me. I think like this when it comes to people, but it's the same as anything else, including when you're seeking spirits. Yeah, I mean, you got to know when to cut it. I mean, even then, you got to know when it's time to go. I bet I'd never make friends if I walked around with a Smurfy. Oh, Roxanne says, I remember one Christmas, a young man said, my tire is flat now. And my ex said, just turn it over. It's only flat on one side. The young man goes, oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. We all walked. So, oh, my gosh. Yeah, I mean, instincts is a big part of it. You really do. And I don't scare easy. I mean, I will stand my ground. But you also know when it's time to cut and run, it's time to cut and run. And I did that day. If you guys got something you want me to do a show on, or you want me to make a video about an encounter you have, you can email me at cryptidmythological@gmail.com. If you want to be anonymous, I'll keep you anonymous. I didn't know you had a dogman experience. I don't know if it was a dogman. I've got a report of a werewolf/dogman. I think it's more of the werewolf side of it because of the description of the werewolf. It had a lot of human features to it. No tail. Most of the fur was up top. All this is leading to a created werewolf, which is what's the difference between werewolf and dogman. One's natural born, or one's created. This was created, but I can't rule out dogman. But due to the reports that I've had, and I've had 2 reports in the same location, 50 years apart, really leads me to this is possibly a werewolf. Oh, top of the hour. Okay, thanks, Roxanne. Let's get in a little dark. If you're looking for the best trauma kits and first aid kits on the market, look no further than Dark Angel Medical. I don't make a dime for supporting this company. I love their product so much. Gary Pocket Doc Davis is a hell of a rock solid dude. I love his stuff, and you're going to pay for what you get. These ain't cheap kits, but they are kits for life. Doc is literally the godfather of kit for life. If you use it to save a life and you let him know about it, he replaces what you used in that kit 100% free. You can use FSA and HSA to buy these products. And if you can't afford them outright, because Lord knows I can't either, you can do like I do and use Sezzle. Sezzle, you can make payments with Sezzle and buy your stuff. For right now, which I meant to message him again today, use DA's code Cryptid20, get 20% off. If you want to learn how to use this kit, you can go to YouTube at Dark Angel Medical, or you can go to Instagram to Dark Angel Medical, and Kerry has videos on there that you can learn how to use his kits. They are absolutely the very best kits, and I use them in the field, and I use them in my personal life. I like Dark Angel Medical. There's Braves, then there's being a fool. Yeah, absolutely. Or so, yeah. True fact on Not So Perfect. When you see the evil people can do to each other, you think of things differently. Yeah, I mean, oh God, yeah. I got emotions, but when I'm not a reactive person, something scary or jumping out at me, no expression, even during funny or humor times, I just watch then and laugh later. Oh man. I missed something somewhere. Uh, um, make sure I'm caught up on here. I carry a pocket full of fish heads in case I run into a mother-in-law. Oh, you've been a good boy. I still remember. I don't know what you're talking about, Roxanne. I really dislike restaurants that are all windows. I need a wall. Yeah, I still to this day I find a spot if I'm at a fast food joint or restaurant that I'm facing the entrances. The first note he was singing, I thought he was going to sing. Now I've had the time of my life. Well, I'm a couple years from that, but I can imagine it gets easier. Eric, I theorize sometimes that they are the same thing, werewolf and dogman, because the only reports have them both being doing crazy paranormal things, and that's an interesting thing, Uncaged. Like this is why I've brought this up a few times. For years and years and years, they were always called werewolves. So, I mean, that's why I posed that theory to people. What if they are both actually are werewolves? One's natural born, and that's the ones with the tails, and then one's magically made, which is what we know of as werewolf. They don't have a tail and still keep a lot of their humanistic looks to them, and that's not how you know the difference between a werewolf and dogman. Is one has a tail, one does not, and one keeps a lot of human characteristics, like most of the furs up top on their shoulders or their head, and some on their legs, but the rest of their body has got little to no fur. And I believe that's probably because of the magic involved of it. I could be wrong, but that's my theory on that. But that's why I pose. I even talked a little bit about it this morning on William's show. I was like, that's why I'm wondering if they both technically are werewolves. One's natural, one's magical. I could see that. Yeah, buddy. If you're looking for some merchandise, I do have a merch store. If you go to the Bazaar and the Unknown, I've got all different kinds of stuff. All the artwork is what I create. Go to the bazaarandtheunknown.com and see what I got. I've got hoodies, shirts, coffee mugs, tumblers. I got all kinds of things in there. Eric, visual descriptions of werewolves are reported as doing things like appearing out of nowhere, like in the portals. Yeah, I've heard them, and that's kind of a newer thing. If you study the ancient text on them, and when our ancestors talk about it, they never, I mean, it was always they came out. I believe they can adapt they've got adaptive camouflage, and that's why they seem to appear and disappear. I don't know. That's just my theory on it. I base that off of scientific stuff because of things in nature. There's things in nature like a deer. I don't know how many times I've never seen a deer walk up on me, and then all of a sudden the thing is like 5 feet away. And the only reason why I seen it even at 5 feet is because the tail twitched. They got adaptive camouflage, and I think dealing with Dogman and Bigfoots and stuff like that is, I think they're because of the color of their fur, it's adaptive camouflage. They learn to adapt to it. And I can't remember who it was that was on DA's show, had a video where you literally watch this Bigfoot walk and you can see it. Then it stopped and it blended in with its environment. Adaptive camouflage. And there's been a lot of hairs gathered that are suspected Bigfoot that look a lot like a polar bear. They're translucent hairs, which would come into the adaptive camouflage deal. I mean, they could use portals, but for me, I'm more on adaptive camouflage. Then that's my opinion. So yes, and Lala de Glala, that is DA's books. That's a Hotomataneo. And Lala de Glala. That's Dogman. Basically, and Lala de Glala is more the Dogman style. That's the ones that Native Americans had called them. They're one of the first beings, the first people to be here. They have a tail. Where the Hotomataneo are the ones that were created. Your Cheyenne dog soldiers. People who has the gift of the wolf put in them. Hotomataneo. Lola de Glala is more like the dog man, from how I understand it. I don't know. Been looking into that, Kevin. I'm supposed to be able to get super stickers now, which I've had. I've had someone give me a super sticker already. For some reason, I'm still looking. I've not figured out how to get that up yet. I looked at it a little bit again today, but I got sidetracked on some other stuff, so I didn't get a chance to look at it. But I'm supposed to be able to do it now. I'm monetized now. I can get super stickers now. So I just got to figure out about the deal. I may have to wait till a little longer. I don't know. But I'm still working on that, Kevin. Do you think there are different types of canine cryptids? What I saw was nothing like you see in the YouTube thumbnails. That's very possible, not so perfect. I mean, the only one that in my opinion, strictly my opinion, the one they call the hyena, I don't think that's a dog man. I literally think, because if you study druids, and druids had their werebeast, okay, and I wrote about that in the Saga Grimson book 2, Black Death, about these werebeast. They even talk about people taking on the shape of a hyena. So I think when you're dealing with something like, once again, that's all magical. This is all magical based. Even with the druid side of it, it's magical based. I think that's more along those lines that we know there's different kinds of Bigfoot. I mean, you got Gugway, you got Sasquatch, you got these, the urine. I mean, the list goes on. I believe that is the same way with Dogman. And even with your Bigfoots, like if you hear reports of a Rougarou, the fur color of a Rougarou is different than some of the other werewolf stuff you hear. So I believe this is all very, very possible. I mean, very, very possible. I believe it was the Freeman film, Roxanne. I believe it was the Freeman film. Could be that I have the most doubt with these things being naturally earthborn, maybe flesh and blood, not only the born like an animal in the wild, as what we know in nature. And I can see that. And the only reason why I'm a firm believer on the natural born and the magical born ones is because of all the ancient stories, especially most of it through Native American lore. Most of it you'll hear But when I did a show on it, and I was talking about all these countries that was has their own tribes of these type of werewolves that fit the description of dog man, and they also have ones where people transform. They talk about ones that's always in wolf form, and they talk about ones that transform. And that's why, for me, because of my research on this stuff, leads me to believe that there's two different kinds. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. We don't know for sure. I mean, really, we don't know for sure. $5 from Firewater by Design Lemon chapter doing a shoulder shimmy dance moves. I didn't see it. Did you do a super sticker and I not see it? That's not popped up here. Aw. Well, thank you, Firewater. The Hollywood idea of a person that changes every full moon and killed by a silver bullet is on my high doubt. Yeah, but it. Oh. Cool, thank you. That just finally popped up. Thank you so much, Firewater. I appreciate that. For some reason, it took a little bit for that to pop up. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Cool, my little music thingy worked too. I was working on that. Oops, there we go. Some dogmen are described to have cat-like features. Well, now that's interesting, not so perfect, because in South America, they also have different kinds of werebeast in their culture as well. And a lot of them would talk about taking on like the features of a jaguar. It's not werewolf and it's not dogman. It's actually they're werecats. I can't remember what they're called though. I gotta remember to look that up. I can't remember what they're called, but it's same along the same principles as the druids and how they did things. So that's why I think they're different. Just because of, and I could be wrong. They could be the same thing, but if memory serves me correctly, they have to have the skin of the creature that they're wanting to transform into. But I've got to look that up more to be more precise on that. But there is a lot of reports and traditions in Mesoamerica that talk about these cat-like creatures. That fits what you're talking about a lot. And Richard Marcia will be on DA tonight. Heck yeah. If you're looking for any of my books I write, I sell them on Amazon. You can go to e.d.testerman, look up my books. If you hit my name above my book, it'll take you to my author's fan page. If you click on that and follow me, anytime I release a new book, which I did work on one the other day. I was working on my murder mystery the other day. I got chapter 2 written and a couple pages of chapter 3 written. But it'll let you know before anybody else knows that I've got a new book out. I did both to make sure they were working. I appreciate that, Firewater. Thank you so much. There's the idea of genetic tampering with animals and human DNA to make some kind of super soldier. Yes. Now I've seen paperwork in the military talking about that. I know for like when I wrote my book, Vangerian Guard, Book 1, House of Battle, which takes place during World War II, and it talked about Hitler and Himmler creating German werewolves from a werewolf, and they manipulated genes and done all this other stuff. There's plenty of stuff through the last 100 years or so, people genetically modifying these stuff to create these super soldiers. That is definitely in that realm of possibility. 100% uncaged. My ex-husband was Mayan Indian. He told me that the beast of Balandin Boro sounded more like the South American lure. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. It sounds familiar, but my brain ain't working. I need to look into that. But yeah, there's a lot of history in Mesoamerica talking about people taking on the jaguar, people taking on this other features too. But if memory serves me correctly, I believe they have to wear the skin of that creature to take it on, kind of like they did with with the Norse mythology, with the Ulfanar and the Berserkers and the Borzerkers. They wore the skin to take on the entity of that skin to become what that is. That's the same way with the Druids. And if my memory serves me correctly, it's the same way in Mesoamerican lore. So, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Not so perfect. I don't check my email as much as I should have because I'm usually busy. But I'm starting to get back to where I'm checking it more again. I get so busy I forget to check it from time to time. So if I don't answer in a while, that's why I just got busy and forgot to check it. But I am getting to where I'm checking it more. But yeah, that'd be awesome. But yeah, that's one of the things I need to research more on is the Mesoamerican side of things. I'm familiar with some of it, but not as familiar as I am with the other things. But I love connecting things and see how much they tie together. And it seems like with every culture you got out there, they have very similar circumstances when it comes to these creatures. That the little bit I did look into it at one time, this is probably 15 years ago, 15, 20 years ago when I last looked into it. It's very good. I mean, it's very similar. So, I mean, I can't rule that out. Yes, I have the Ginger Lives Matter line just for Roxanne. Roxanne wanted a Ginger Lives merchandise line in my merch store. I do have that. You got ginger Bigfoots, ginger reptilians, ginger aliens, ginger werewolf. Yeah. My luck, if I could shapeshift, my only option would be or a platypus. That would be funny though, man. The further back you go, the farther back you go, the more similar things get. Exactly, Smurfy. And that's what I love about history. And that's why I'm so big that when you're learning this stuff, you need to learn the history because the history is going to tell you more than what we know now. And so a lot of my theories and my opinions is based on history because people talked about it and lived with that more than we do now. For some reason, with the type I saw, I just get the feeling it was an entity that is and has always been a spirit that manifests into flesh and blood, maybe because of the curse or even a blessing. Well, I mean, some of your fae and some of your other, even demons will take on shapes. Especially like demons will take on a shape that you fear, so they can feed off that fear. So, running into something like that, I could say is probably pretty possible because of that of that deal. That man, I got something caught in my throat. So I can see where that would play into effect. Now the Fae has even been talked about shape shifting into things, and there's different. I mean, your your djinn, your jinn will shape shift, and a lot of these supernatural things will shape shift. I mean, you got the mimics. I mean, you got all these other creatures that shape shift. Bad medicine men shape shift too, or shamans, I should say. Sorry, not. Well, I'm sure there are bad medicine men that can too. Medicine men from Mesoamerica, where shamans are here in the United States, but even then, um, that can happen. So I mean, definitely, I can see where that's a possible. Oh, not so perfect. Thank you so much. Give Firewater a raise. I love that. Thank you so much. Man, I didn't have my little music pop up. That was weird. Aw. I tried to set that up on there. And it popped up with Firewaters, though. Hey, you take it easy. Not so perfect. Thank you. A curse that brings with it a blessing. I don't know. I mean, that's possible, man. And so there is plenty of reports throughout our ancient history of people that have been cursed by a magician or something, somebody who knows dark magic, and they were cursed to take shapes and forms of things against their will. So absolutely, that someone very well could have been cursed with we'll say the werewolf, cursed with the werewolf. I mean, look, so I mean, I like to talk about the story of the two Native American brothers in the northwestern part of the United States. which is old. So one of the oldest Native American stories you can have on this, and how they were out hunting, and they were very successful, and they came across an old man in the woods, and the old man complimented them on their um, complimented on their hunting skills and asked them for some meat, and they're like, "Yes, grandfather, we have enough meat. You may have some." And so he was so. There it goes. Now it popped up. Man, that was the delay on that. Um, but he was still grateful for their generosity. He blessed them with the gift of the wolf. And the two brothers used it. They were able to transform into what, I hate to use this as a reference, but Twilight. The wolves on Twilight, they were able to transform into wolves like that. And from what I understand, that was where they got the basis of that idea from. The creators of Twilight got their basis off of that story. I don't know for sure, but that's what I've heard somewhere. Well, one brother ended up using his gift wrong. And because of that, he was permanently transformed into what we would see as Dogman. Has the tail, stands upright, can go on all fours. Because he used his gift wrong and for bad reasons, he was forever cursed to remain in that shape. For the brother. Oh, thank you, Firewater. You're awesome. I appreciate that. Don't forget to slam that like button to support the channel. Heck yeah. Thank you so much. So where the brother used the gift for good was always able to change back and forth between human and wolf form. So that's why I'm kind of wrong along them lines on that. You can see where they were blessed by a shaman, an old man in the woods, with the gift of the wolf. So the fact that somebody can be given that gift or given that curse, there's plenty of stories throughout all cultures in history talking about the very same thing. Yes, the Yowies from Australia. And I had an experience with a Yowie in Shellwater Bay Training Area, Australia. And there was this old abandoned house there. And the Aussies was telling me about how this family was massacred by the Aborigines there. And I felt something odd in the house. So I was like, man, I'm going to go check this out. So I went to walk up the house. As soon as I put my foot on that step, I heard this deep, loud growl coming from inside that house. And I backed off, and them Aussies laughed and said that was a Yowie. And that's how I found out about Yowies. And with that, I saw it acted completely human in the way that it moved. The demeanor, body language, only it was still looked crazed. Still had the hair everywhere. The wolfish head answered my thought. Wow, answered your thought. Did that skip down here? Yeah, answered your thoughts. Yeah, wow. I mean, that's a hell of an encounter, Uncaged. That is one hell of an encounter. Yeah, I mean, and that could have been, yeah, competition. Could that have been a dog man or could that have been a werewolf? Yeah, man, that is. And thing too is like we was talking earlier. I mean, supernatural entities are known to take the shape of something. And was that what you was dealing? Was you dealing with a supernatural entity that took that shape? Maybe it didn't want you in that area, and it knew that shape would scare you off. I can see that being part of it right there is doing that. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Ow, ow. You was 5, yeah. So I mean, I could see that, and so being 5 years old, you grew up watching Hollywood werewolves. So if it wanted you out of the area, I can see if it was something like supernatural taking that shape to get you scared not to be in that area. I can see that being a possibility. I don't know. It wasn't me. I wasn't there. I can't tell you for sure this is what these things do. This is just what I've learned the customs and stuff of this mythological creatures, these fays, these jinns and stuff like that, is all part of. They can take different shapes, human shape, animal shape, all this different everything. Even the jinn, or some jinns are known to take animal shapes. The fays are the same way. Yeah, man, I can see that. Ooh, that is probably scared the shit out of me when I was 5. But at 5, I didn't know fear really. Well, not to the degree you probably do now, but even we're grown. I'm a firm believer that we are ingrained with fear in our DNA, because at one time we were prey, and now we're hunters and prey. So when you get that unsettling feeling, like, man, there's something watching me, and the hairs on the back of your neck, and it's something you don't see, and you can't hear nothing, but you get that feeling, and all of a sudden bad shit happens. I see that as being something that was ingrained in our DNA from back when we were prey. It's just my theory. But still, man, I mean, that's one hell of an encounter, bud. I would love to get the full story and do a video on that. That is really cool. The Vatican hides a lot of shit, Tim. Yeah, the Vatican hides a lot of stuff. Breaking news: Trump nominates Kash Patel to serve as FBI director. We knew that was coming. Yeah, I mean, I knew fear at 5. I knew fear at 3 whenever my grandmother had, spirit picked me up and carried me. I was scared to death. I knew fear. Heck yeah. Smurfy. Yeah. We all have got a certain level of fear in us, even at a young age. We do. I would love to do a video on your encounter, though, Uncaged. I really would. I would work on the artwork and have to get with you on that, make sure I get the artwork somewhat close. Now that I've learned more and more on how to do this artwork stuff, I'm starting to. You'll see the videos I put out. All the artwork in the videos is stuff that I create for them. I'm waiting on these. I can see the comments, but there they come. One of the theories I've read is that some tribes have a history of them showing themselves to children to introduce fear and install. I've heard that too, bud. Yeah, I have heard that too. So I mean, that's a very good possibility. Grandma Spirit picked you up. That's love. Yeah, she picked me up. So I've told you guys before that with my experiences with dark magic, has been on my Smith side of my family. They're deep into that dark stuff. Well, my mom's mom was a Smith, and she helped keep me alive. When I was born, my lungs were born together like this, and I had to be shaken 24/7 to stay alive. Otherwise, if they quit shaking me, I stopped breathing. And so her and my mom is who kept me alive, the first couple of years of my life, until the doctors was able to get everything corrected. And then my lungs finally separated like they were supposed to be. So she was very mentally ill, and she took her life. And of course, I didn't know this. This happened when I was 2. I was young when this happened. When I was 3, I kept hearing noises. I lived in my 3-story house. I had the basement, the regular floor, and the upstairs on Cudmore Street in St. Joe, Missouri. Which, oddly enough, I went on Google Earth a couple weeks ago to look that house up, and it's still there. And I still feel the energy for. I still, to this day, have nightmares of paranormal stuff in that house that's not so good. I've had good paranormal experiences in the house, and I've had not so good paranormal in that house. And I've still, to this day, from time to time, I have to call them nightmares because it's what it is. I mean, literally, I'll wake up sweating and breathing hard and scared because of all evil energy that came from that home. And I want to go back and visit it. And so whenever I was 3, she came to me, and I was asleep at the top of the stairs because I seen a scary movie, and I didn't want to be alone. And my brother was a baby. He was a little itty bitty baby back then. He was just born. He was born when I was 3. So, I mean, he wasn't even a year old. I don't even think he was 6 months old when this happened. And I remember waking up, I'm floating in the air, and I'm freaking out. And I look over, and it's my grandmother, which I didn't know she was until she told me. And she goes, "Eric, I love you. I'm always going to be here for you, and I'm always going to protect you." And I've had that encounter with her twice. Once when she picked me up when I was 3. When I was like 4 or 5 is whenever I seen her full body apparition in that closet, in the attic, which the attic was next to the rooms on the upper stairs. Man, don't mess with my money, fool. I had to put it out of my mind right after 35 years later. So memories resurfaced. Sometimes something can happen to re-trigger that. If you would love me to do a video on it, man, email me, bub. I would love to do that. That is an awesome encounter. However it was, that's an awesome encounter. I had an older kid who used to hit me with a 2x4 with nails in it and split my head open with a metal child swing when they were cast iron. Holy crap, or so. Oof. I usually fought back on people like that. I was bullied for a long time in my life. Even after memories resurfaced, I realized that I did have a second of the highest fears as it walked to me in those states. Oh, God, I can imagine, bud. Oh, my gosh. Hey, Freaky, how's it going? Sure does. I had a good bit of trauma when a child or more is adult. Yeah. I mean, that's things. I mean, certain things can trigger stuff too. No worries, buddy. You can go back and watch it any times. It's okay. I understand. You was busy shoveling snow, bud. You're good. 8 years old, I saw my first dog man. Read everything I can on them and have dreams of my life when wolf like. Hey, I'd love to do it. I keep forgetting to tell you that, Roxanne. You need to email me that encounter. I'll do it in a video on it. And like I said, yeah, like I always tell people, if you want to be anonymous, let me know. Please let me know you want to be anonymous. I'm very respectful on that. I'd love to create a video on your guys' encounters. I love that stuff. When I think of it, whether or not I knew fear or not, it was still introduced, even at subconscious. Yeah, I mean, honestly, buddy, I could see, and maybe I can't remember who it was that said in there earlier that maybe they showed itself to introduce you to fear. That is a possibility. I can't say for sure if that is, but that is a possibility. We can't leave that aspect of it out. We'd be doing you injustice if we left that aspect of it out. Indeed, it's our consciousness that we control along with heal. Yeah, and the thing is we, as a Marine, Marine infantry, we love fear. Fear is our friend. Fear is our ally, and we learn how to turn our fear into a weapon to aid us. And so for me, I like fear, but at the same time, there's also a point when you know what type of fear it is. When it's something supernatural hunting you, that's not a time to turn that to your ally. That's a time to understand that and get the hell out. If I ever send in a story, I'll be anonymous. Hey, like I said, man, I respect it. And the thing is, I've been wanting to do this type of shows for years, ever since podcasting became a thing. But I always told myself, people's going to make fun of me. I'm never going to have any followers. People don't believe in this stuff because I was made fun of for a long time because of the things that I experience and the things I feel on a daily basis, the things I see that other people can't see. I was made fun of for a very long time. And then finally, December 3rd, oh, wow. We are a couple days away from my 1 year mark of doing this show. Holy cow. That just dawned on me. Tuesday will be my 1 year mark doing shows. Wow. So, a year ago, I finally started up and I was like, man, I want to start doing these shows, which if you ever go back in my archive in all my lives, They're not near as good as they are now. But it was a learning process. I was learning. I was stepping out of my comfort zone to start doing these things. And yeah, I mean, it's. I'm glad I started doing it now. William told me my dream is the wolf is my protector, and that's possible. I've always had a real deep connection with a wolf. I've always had a very deep connection with wolves. I'm not here saying that's my guardian spirit, my totem. I'm not saying none of that. I've always had a real close connection with wolves and canines in period. I don't know. I've never been to sweat, so I have no idea what my colors are, what my totem is, what my spirit animal is. I'd have no idea what any of that is because I've never been to sweat. And one time I had a chance to go to sweat and do things properly. Sadly, the gentleman passed away, and I wasn't able to do it. And I have nobody now that I can go to for a sweat. Fear is a warning of possible danger. You transform it into an acceptable energy to response. You can. Most of the time, you can. Some of those times, like especially dealing with supernatural, though, you need to get the hell out of there. When it happened as a kid with little experience of actually living, I expected a new fun discovery. Oh, yeah, I can see that. I remember thinking it must be a grown up, only a different kind, a dog grown up. Yeah, but I could see that because I've never had an experience like that. So I don't know the experiences I've had. I mean, it's when I was growing up and was wiser to what was going on. Not only did I live a few haunted houses, mostly the women in my family on my mother's side would see spirits awake or in dreams. So it freaks me out when it happens. Yeah, people don't understand. I'm not lying when I say we're surrounded by spirits every single day. I've seen them. I see these things. A lot of times it's like it's images in my head. It's not actual visually seeing with my eyes. It's the energies. What the energies in my body tells me it is visualizing my head, and I can generally tell you what's around you. I'm not always accurate, but I can, and that's just it's going off the energies. That helped me to accept and not dwell on events as easy as it is easy to. Yeah, I can see that, buddy. Yeah, dwelling doesn't help. No. You do that sponsoring the Wolves? I've never done that because too many of them companies are stealing money, so I've never done it. I love World's First because they are, yeah. I mean, they're the great hunting spirit. They taught our people how to hunt. That's why I keep the wolf on my chest, is because it's the hunting spirits. I keep it close to my heart. I'm a hunter. I connect with cats and dogs or cats and birds. Yeah, I mean, you may have a connection to them that way. When I was homeless and a family in Rogersville, Missouri took me in, they had rescued a Missouri gray wolf. Sadly, its brothers and its sisters and its mom was no longer in the land of the living. But that wolf, ever since day one, protected me. Wouldn't let me come within 10 yards of a snake. I mean, it would follow me to the bus stop, and it would wait there at the bus stop till I came home, and then it walked me home. It was next to me nonstop the whole time I was there. Rock paper scissors. If you're looking for some great homemade blades, go to Brock Blades. .com. He hand forges every single one of his knives, and that dude is an artist. So go see Kim Brock at Brock Blades and order yourself a Brock Blade knife. Man, you will not be disappointed. I've got to get back with him to see how much it's going to cost to have that Viking CX made for me. I don't connect, but some animals stick to me like glue. Don't know why. Oh yeah, I mean, I've always had luck with that. I wonder if mine is is the weasel. When meditating out in Shasta, a pine marten came out and perched itself up on my leg. That is cool, man. It could be, bro. I mean, it really could. I pick up things off animals like I do humans. I'm always knowing when something will fall or get kicked or knocked over. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, I've like anytime an animal comes by and shows itself to me, I always say, "Thank you for visiting me, my brother or sister. If you have a message for me, please deliver it to me in a dream in a language that I understand." Because sometimes they're trying to bring you messages, and the fact that we can't understand them like we used to, it's always important to say that to them. So that way they know if they got a message, they need to give it to you in a dream in a language that you understand because you can't understand their language no more like we used to. I used to want to feel that wolf is my spirit animal, whenever or whatever it is called. But I realized that I don't know. Maybe a medicine person will know. I tend to think of all them of protectors, and yeah, that's why you got to go to sweat uncaged. You got to go do a sweat. Yeah, some form. Yeah, it could be a dragon. Come on, daggone thing. I have a big tattoo of a dragon on my back with my late daughter and grandson's name in the ribbons in its hands. Covers my back. That's cool. Yeah, I've got one, two, three, four, five tattoos right now. Yeah, five tattoos that I can remember right now. My ex used to always ask me how I knew that, but would never listen to me when I would tell one. Yeah, I tell people stuff all the time before it happens, and some get mad and others are scared. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, man. I may or may not have used my gifts to pick up on women before. I wasn't always a good person. I'm pretty sure that cats and birds are my spirit. They could be firewater. I mean, honestly, they could be. You know, if you guys recall on William's show this morning, I was talking about the different stages of a human being's life. And at one point in time, our stage is like the mouse. We can only see what's directly in front of us. And as we get older, we should progress, and our knowledge and everything should change. Well, we should change from that mouse to the bird and whatever. I think it could be that way. I mean, it makes sense when it comes to that stuff. Maybe all spirit animals are everyone's at different times for different reasons. Could be. I mean, I don't know for sure on that. That'd be something to ask William more. He's more knowledgeable about that than I am. My two daughters are born in the same year of the dragon and the year of the snake. Great combo. I have no idea on mine. I'm not big into that stuff, so I don't know. Yours is an albino bat. I am somewhat dog like, yeah. Plus one tramp stamp Aztec Phoenix bird roasted Chinese dragon tats. I wasn't going to say anything about a tramp stamp, Roxanne, but that did pop in my head. My spirit animal died a long time ago. It's the dodo bird. I swear, man, when I was younger, my guardian angel probably shook its head and became an alcoholic with the crap I did. I'm pretty convinced that probably happened. I think I was reading somewhere they're actually I know they're bringing back the woolly mammoth, the saber tooth tiger, and they're releasing it into the um oh my god that oh I forgot the name of that snow filled area, the Siberia. They want to release them in the Siberia. I've also heard now that they're talking about bringing back even the dodo bird. Yeah, them things are wicked. Them things are wicked. I'm the year of the monkey. When I tell people that, and a light bulb goes off in their head and they think, makes sense now. I honestly, I don't know what mine is. I really don't know. I see that meme of Facebook a lot. Yeah. I'm the year of the tiger. Man, I have no idea what mine is. I don't even know how to look that stuff up. Here in a little bit, in about an hour and 15 minutes, D.A. Roberts going to be live on DX Machina. He's one hell of an author, too. If you go to Amazon, do the same with me. Type in d.day.roberts. Follow him, become part of his author's fan page. You will not be disappointed in DA's books. You won't be disappointed in his podcast. So go to YouTube, hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Let him know I said hi, and give D.A. Roberts some love. Even if one is the main one, all can be associated with your protection as well. Yes, I believe I like that theory. I've often felt the same way. Seen a few videos of them in the past year. Interesting. They are never seen before then. I mean, I was watching the scientists. There was a show, a bunch of scientists were talking about it, and they have the DNA strand now where they can bring back the dodo bird. They got enough to bring back the woolly mammoth and the saber-toothed tiger. And like I said, they're wanting to release that stuff. There's been reports in the remote areas of Canada of people still seeing the woolly mammoth. Louis Lamar, in his very first Sackett book, wrote about having to take down a woolly mammoth that was charging him and his family on the beach. There's been stories for a long time about these things still existing. Over felt close to the hoofed ones like deer. I feel a connection with all of them. I really am very close to all of them. They don't bring back the dodos. DC is full of. If you guys ain't following William Nighthawk, I co-host with him. Go to YouTube to William Nighthawk 6630. Give him a like, subscribe, and a follow, and a thumbs up. Let him know I said hi. William's got a lot of good information. You will not be disappointed in his shows. Figure out what year you was born, and whatever animal lands on that year every 12 years is the Chinese animal. I was born in 79. My daughter is a tiger and my son is a horse. I know I'm an Aries. I always laugh because I thought it was funny. It's like, I'm the god of war, man. I'm an Aries. That's about my extent on the stuff. Freaky. Oh, man. Playing football at an early age had me eventually feeling ghost horns on my head when I played at times. Wow. Yeah, I miss playing football and baseball. Wow. Ghost horns on your head. Dude, I've never had that. That's creepy, but cool at the same time. I saw a video of a prehistoric feather bird. The drawing looked like dodo birds. There's some tribes that is not touched much by Western civilization. That, if I remember correctly, they have a bird that fits that. I could be wrong, but I think I remember seeing something like that. If you ain't following Robbie Rip Rains, which is a co-host of DX Machina, him and Johnny have a show called What's Really Out There. They do really good, and Robbie will tell you it's DX Machina Light. His videos ain't near as long as ours, but him and Johnny do a phenomenal job on it. Robbie also creates things. So if you go to Instagram to Lone Wolf Custom, he has a bunch of stuff that he creates on there. I'm going to be getting me some of the metal business cards made by him as soon as I get a little extra money saved up. But go over there, man, buy some of his stuff, give him a like, subscribe, follow, let him know I said hi. Show Robbie Rip Rain some love. The dude's awesome. I was born in April of 2000, or April of 1979. If they try to bring back the megalot lizard, yeah, they'd be extracting DNA from multiple species. Yeah, Yeah, they've already talked about it. It's so funny because me and William talk about this all the time. Hollywood does soft disclosures of what they're going to do next. One of the biggest franchises out there is Jurassic Park. They're already talking about they have the ability to do that. DA show will be good. It's the guys he met at the last conference he did. Yeah, I can't wait. That'd be a good one. I'm a Leo, Virgo, cusp. I'm Aries. That's all I know. I think I am a Ram, Freaky. For some reason, Ram sounds familiar. I think it's the Ram. Because, yeah, Aries. Aries is the Ram, so I'm a Ram. I'm a Pisces, and for that, for the Chinese, I'm the pig, or as I like to say, the wild boar. Oh, excuse me. There we go. If you ain't following the Cryptid Huntress herself, Jessica Jones, go to YouTube and look up the Cryptid Huntress. She does a lot of amazing stuff. She's actually, I've got her working on another remote view for me. I can't wait to hear the results from that. But I gave her another blind target to remote view, so I can't wait to hear how that comes out. But go to YouTube, give her a like, subscribe, follow, and thumbs up, and let her know I said hi. You won't be disappointed in the Cryptid Hunter show. Normally, I'm a Cancer, everything moon and water sign, born in 69. In the summer of 69. You are the year of the goat. I'm the goat, baby. I'm the greatest of all time. Giggity, 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 goo. All right. Kevin Bode is not is in the Ram family. Bode is that not in the Ram family? I believe it was called a Ram. I remember a Ram. My good friend, actor, author Jesus Payon Jr. He's got a YouTube channel called Breaking Bigfoot or Breaking Discoveries. He don't post all the time on there, but he does. When he does, it's really good stuff. I'll be doing some work with him as soon as I can get some time saved up and some money. I'm going to be going over and doing a documentary with him, and he wants me to speak at some of his conferences. So I've got to get some time. All right, now I'm saving all my time off because I'm getting ready to have surgery in February. But his book, Breaking Bad, is a really good one. You can go to Amazon and find it too. I am, and I ain't. I felt bad because my new boss, we were talking about 9/11. She graduated in 2010. I was like, holy crap. I was in Iraq in my fourth tour in 2010. Terror birds lived when the prehistoric animals lived. They were like 15 feet tall in packs that would tear up the prey. It reminds me of the velociraptors. There's a lot of evidence to show that not only did velociraptors, but Tyrannosaurus rex had feathers. So, I mean, I can see that as being a possibility. But I say the goat. I am, dude, I'm the goat, baby. You're the warthog. Hell yeah. I like being an Aries. Yes, Jessica does rock. I like her stuff. Razorbacks. Neanderthal. I'm surprised that's not me. If you're in the Springfield, Missouri area and you're looking for a great motorcycle mechanic, see my buddy Peanut at Nuts and Bolts Harley Shop. He does a hell of a good job. Let him know I said hi. I mean, he is a top-notch mechanic. No comment. That's true. I got dinged for that. Now, I'll give you that one, Freaky. I got dinged for that. You're right. Yep. Although when I talked to that person, who goes, well, I don't know why they did that. You should have been able to. I said, you guys did. You had to make me take that live down. This is a list of different stuff. I'm on X. I'm on Patreon. My Patreon only has one tier right now. It's $3. Every bit of all my books are on there as I'm working on them, which I've got to update a couple of them. And any video I have from my investigations, all is on my Patreon. So if you're a Patreon member, you get to look at the raw, uncut, unedited versions of my videos, my audios, and everything from my investigations. I put all that on my Patreon. Scorpions are neat. Spiders came from them, so they say. Yeah, they're good eating. My son did boot camp the year before 9/11. When 9/11 happened, I knew he would be going to Iraq. Oh yeah, I was active duty, man. I was just got off a 24-hour duty NCO shift and down a fifth of Wild Turkey 101 when that happened. Very miserable day. Sitting in Hawaii on a roof with a sniper rifle because all this stuff happened. Yeah, with a fifth of Wild Turkey in you. That was a shitty day. Oh, the poor thing is crying with one tear. Scorpions are one of the oldest animals ever. Came from the ocean, maybe older than fish. I did not know that. That is cool. I did not know that. Oh, we're at an hour and 56 minutes. So which I don't know if I want to comment, Roxanne. I associate scorpions with Egypt like cats. We got scorpions here in Missouri. Yeah, we got scorpions here in Missouri. I have heard that the fish had the first backbones. I have heard that. They say we come from a single organism. We came from the ocean too. I don't know, man. When I did a lot of that studies and I studied the Anunnaki, a lot of that fits into the stuff that I kind of felt was true and makes a lot of sense. The study in the ancient Anunnaki. Like singers and one-liners. Yeah. I'm trying to behave here, folks. So tomorrow I'll be doing a show about investigations and equipment, and I'll have some of my equipment out here. I got a lot of equipment, so it's going to be hard to have it all. I'll have to, go a little bit at a time, just because I've got a lot of equipment, but I need more. And some of it I'm charging up and working on right now, trying to get set up for my next investigation to bring another level to my investigations. So tomorrow we'll be doing a show on that. Don't forget, I'll be on with William. Probably if William's able to do a show, I'll be on with William tomorrow morning on the onto the Morning Brew show with William Nighthawk. Everybody who gave me a super sticker tonight, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I love every single one of you guys. You guys are truly a blessing. I'm truly thankful for everybody. To my OG subscribers, up to my new subscribers, thank you so much for following this show. You guys make this possible. You guys make this fun and amazing, and I'm truly grateful for every single one of you guys. I am looking forward to try to put out some better videos for you. I do have my third realistic dream that I've had written down. I've got to start creating artwork for that, and I should have it released tomorrow or Friday night at midnight, like I've done the other ones. So I should have that done soon, and then I got to work on my final one. I've had 5 realistic dreams. One was in the past, the others was futuristic. At least that I can remember. Hey, Jessica, that I can remember out of them. So part 1 and part 2 is released on my YouTube channel. Part 1 is past horror, where I was an actual Native American, and every time I've had something harmful happen to me in these dreams, I woke up with them marks on me. So what I do in these videos is I go through the dream and I tell you what happened afterwards. I've woke up with some weird and strange marks and pains and bruises from these dreams. So you guys seem to be enjoying them. I know, some people seen them videos. If you get a chance, man, go in there and look at them. They're on my video side. You'll see Realistic Dreams Part 1, Part 2. I should have the third one ready for Friday. All the artwork and that stuff I've created, it's not 100% accurate, but it's as close as I can get to it with the artwork creating it. And I can't remember every single detail. And some of these details I have to leave out of my dream. because this is going on YouTube and it's got adult content in it. So there is stuff out of some of these dreams that I leave out because of that there. But the main part of the dream is what I keep in there. But I have woken up with bruises, with scratches, with red marks. Like in my past horror one when I was an old Lakota man, and I was running through the prairie and I got shot by the cavalry in the back. I woke up literally with a red spot the size of a bullet in the middle of my back up top. This latest one I put out, Future and Aliens, where I was fighting these alien races that was taking over the terraforming colonies. Where I got scratched up and stuff, I literally had scratches on my chest, my back from where this alien had attacked me. And it seems like every time I get attacked quite a bit or I get unalived is when I wake up from these dreams. Yeah, Jessica's awesome, man. I love Jessica. So, I'm telling you, man, them dreams are when you wake up and your chest is hurting so bad and it's bruised because you woke up from an explosion to the chest and you're fighting for every single bit of your breath and you literally have a big ass bruise from where you got shot. It sucks, man. I mean, and honestly, that's dreams I've had. I've had dreams like that before. So that is my realistic dream videos that I'm putting out. So if you guys get a chance, go in and watch them. I should have the other one ready by next Friday. So with that being said, thank you guys for coming in. I can't wait to see you tomorrow night. As always, peace, love, and blessings to you all. If you got encounters you want me to do videos on, please email me at cryptidandmythological@gmail.com. If you want to be anonymous, I'll keep you anonymous. Hearing some of your guys' encounters in here tonight, I would love, if you want to allow me to do the honor, I would love to do videos on that. And I'll create the artwork and everything and have the music with it, and we'll get it all set up. I'd like to find out who I was in the past. Dude, so my past horror, which was part one, yeah, I mean, I was an old Lakota man, and I don't want to give too much away. Listen to the video, man. That one still to this day brings tears to me when I think about it. It is one of those dreams I had that not only did it physically affect me when I woke up, but I still get kind of teary-eyed to this day when I start thinking about that dream because of what happened in that dream. Yeah, definitely catch Cryptid Huntress tonight too. She'll be coming on about halfway through DA's show. I always go on both of them. I try to support. I love both DA and her a bunch. So definitely go give her some love there tonight too. So you guys, once again, thank you so much. And until tomorrow night, possibly even tomorrow morning, peace, love, and blessings, everyone.